Small, steady savings can reshape a lifetime. In the next few minutes, we will unpack how consistent saving changes not only your bank balance but your relationship with money, your thoughts about risk, and your sense of control over the future. This is not about dramatic windfalls or complex investment strategies, but about reliable patterns you can build today. From a psychology standpoint, ongoing saving taps into our tendencies toward habit formation, self-control, and how we frame the money decisions we make every day. If you start with a clear target and a simple system, the brain begins to treat regular saving as a default rather than a choice. That shift matters because when saving feels automatic, you reduce friction, resist impulsive spending, and free up mental energy for higher priority goals. The core idea is simple: pay yourself first, automatically, and let the rest of life adjust around that commitment. Over the long run, small, consistent amounts become meaningful, not because of heroic acts but because of repeated, dependable behavior. We will look at why this works, how to design systems that sustain it, and how to handle the inevitable bumps that come with real life. First, let us ground the discussion in two intuitive truths about human behavior. Truth 1 is present bias. We tend to overvalue immediate gratification and underappreciate future benefits, unless we offload the choice to automation. Truth 2 is mental accounting. We think of money in separate piles, a habit that makes us forget that money saved today compounds into options tomorrow. Understanding these tendencies is not about blame but about designing environments in which the right choice becomes the path of least resistance. The simplest first step is to create a clear, automatic transfer from your checking to a savings account right after you are paid. Even if the amount is small, the act establishes a rhythm, reduces the cognitive load of deciding how much to save, and makes progress visible over time. Automation does not require fancy tools. A basic recurring transfer and a separate emergency fund can make a big difference. Next, anchor your savings to specific goals that excite you, whether it is a vacation, a down payment, or simply a larger cushion against life's surprises. By naming the purpose, you trigger a sense of ownership and meaning, which makes you more likely to keep contributing even when money is tight. As you build confidence, you should gradually increase the amount you automate, not because you have to, but because you recognize that your future needs deserve priority. A practical approach is to commit to a small percentage of income, then add a fixed amount whenever possible, and watch the baseline grow over months and years. The numbers matter, but the psychology matters more, because the same dollar saved for a year becomes a different kind of lever when you connect it to a goal and a routine. Let us consider concrete illustrations that make the idea tangible without promising overnight miracles. Imagine you start with a modest $150 per month saved in a dedicated account, and you allow this amount to stay constant for a decade while education and career improve your earnings. If you never touch that money and it earns a reasonable return through the broader financial system, the pile grows not because you saved a lot at once but because you kept saving consistently. Compare that to someone who fluctuates contributions, sometimes saving a little and sometimes none, and you will quickly see the difference in the path to financial security. Now, we must acknowledge that a steady saving plan lives inside a dynamic life with shifting income, expenses, and goals, so the system must be resilient. Resilience comes from design choices that absorb shocks rather than surrender to them. We can build resilience by three intertwined practices: automation, habit training, and regular reflection on progress. Automation creates the bank habit and reduces decision fatigue. Habit training uses tiny, repeatable actions that gradually reduce the friction of saving and increase the likelihood that it continues over months and years. Regular reflection sustains motivation by translating dollars into meaning and by showing how persistence compounds over time. Let's turn to practical techniques you can implement this week. First, set up automatic transfers that align with your pay schedule, so your savings occur before you see the funds in your checking account. Second, create a separate savings container for both short-term goals and an emergency fund, with clear rules about what qualifies for each and when you are allowed to move money between them. Third, implement a small increasing contribution strategy, such as raising the transfer amount by a modest percentage every few months or after a raise, so the system grows with you. Fourth, use a visualization tool or a simple bar chart to track progress, because seeing the line move upward reinforces the feeling that you are making progress. Fifth, review your spending in small, focused weekly sessions rather than yearly debates, so you can identify 1 or 2 non-essential expenses to trim and reallocate towards savings. 6th, reframe setbacks as feedback rather than failure. If you miss a month, you simply recommit and adjust the next month without shame. 7th, keep your expectations realistic by recognizing that savings is a marathon, not a sprint, and that patience yields results even when the world feels noisy. Now, a note about risk and safety: saving regularly does not guarantee a specific return, and this discussion does not replace personalized advice from a professional. Diversification is a separate concept from saving, and this video focuses on behavior and systems rather than investment selection. You do not need to invest a large salary to start. What matters is starting, staying consistent, and gradually expanding your plan as life allows. A well-designed saving habit also reduces the stress around emergencies, as crises become less likely to derail long-term plans when you have a buffer. In addition, the discipline of saving can spill over into other areas of life, encouraging better budgeting, longer horizon thinking, and healthier money conversations with family. To close, remember the 3 anchors: automate, anchor to concrete goals, and gradually grow your contributions while maintaining flexibility for life changes. If you apply these ideas with patience, you will notice that consistent saving shapes not only your finances but your daily decisions, your confidence, and your sense of agency. The journey is yours to begin and sustain, one small transfer at a time. As you practice the habit, you may find that your perception of money shifts from scarcity to control, from worry to planning, and from impulsive spending to deliberate allocating. That fundamental shift is what makes consistent saving powerful, because it changes the way you live with money in ordinary moments. If you have enjoyed this approach, start with the smallest possible automatic transfer today, then revisit your plan in a month, and keep your notes to track the psychological changes you notice. Thank you for listening, and may your savings grow steadily, quietly, and in tune with your values. To make the idea more tangible, consider a few additional scenes that show how ongoing saving interfaces with daily life. A recent graduate sets aside a small monthly amount into a separate fund dedicated to travel, but they leave the money alone as life adds rent, student debt, and occasional social outings. A parent negotiates with themselves to automate a portion of their raise into a family fund, knowing that the savings cushion will help when college costs rise or a car needs repair. A small business owner routes a percentage of every profitable month into an emergency line, choosing safety over risk when the market mood feels unsettled. In each case, the act of saving becomes a steady rhythm instead of a rare event. Another pair of illustrations: a caregiver managing unpredictable hours and fluctuating pay uses a flexible target that grows by a few dollars every quarter, so the habit adapts without demanding a dramatic cut in daily life. A sibling saves toward a shared goal, such as home improvements, by pooling a tiny, reliable contribution from several accounts, which creates a sense of community and shared purpose. And a retiree who starts tiny, keeps contributions quiet, and allows time for compounding discovers that patience turns modest beginnings into a surprising reserve they can lean on during medical costs or household repairs. Now, practical steps you can try this week, in plain, doable language. Start by setting up automatic transfers aligned with your pay schedule, so the saving happens before you see the money. Create a separate container for urgent needs and a small, but real, emergency fund, with simple rules about when to tap it and when not to. Add a modest percentage to the automatic transfer after a raise or after 3 months of consistency, and let the system creep upward rather than forcing a big leap. Put a transparent bar chart on the wall or in your phone that shows your balance growing month by month, so the progress feels visible. Schedule a brief weekly review of expenses, where you identify one non-essential cost to trim and reallocate towards savings. If you miss a month, don't punish yourself, instead, recommit and adjust the next month. Finally, keep expectations grounded. Savings is a long game, not a sprint, and each small step is a step away from living paycheck to paycheck. Avoid these common missteps that undermine consistency. First, saving after everything else is funded creates the illusion that the balance is icing rather than fuel for the future. Make saving automatic and decisive. Second, chasing aggressive returns or complicated schemes can drain energy and distract from habit formation. Simple, steady contributions beat big bets for most people. Third, neglecting an explicit debt plan can nullify gains in savings if interest charges bite harder than expected. Fourth, letting emergencies derail the habit by cutting back too severely or canceling transfers teaches a poor lesson about resilience. Fifth, assuming that a perfect budget exists, life changes, and rigid plans crumble under pressure. Keep flexibility so the habit survives job changes, costs, or family needs. To close this extended reflection, remember, consistency beats intensity, automation lowers friction, and goals anchor your daily choices to a desired future. Regular saving shifts money from a passive resource into a partner in your plans, and it reshapes how you think about risk, time, and control. The next time you log into your accounts, you are not just seeing numbers, you are seeing a through line that connects today's choices with tomorrow's possibilities. Start small, stay steady, and let the compound effect do the heavy lifting. The habit of saving is not only about money, it is a statement about how you value the future and how you treat yourself with patience and care. When you add these pieces together, you build a practice that stays with you for decades, quietly supporting the life you want even when circumstances shift.